Hey guys, welcome to As Seen in the South. We traveled down to the east coast of North Carolina to check out a little town called Southport. Southport is an old town, an old city. It was founded in the late 1700s. It's right here on the coast of North Carolina, just as the Cape Fear River empties out into the Atlantic Ocean. So Southport is a small fishing community, but lately it's become known for something else. It's become known for TV shows and movies. There have been several movies and TV shows filmed here in Southport, and we're going to walk around this town and kind of show you some of the sights here. What do you think about all this, babe?
Oh, it's very beautiful here. There's a lot of old houses. The movie Safe Haven was filmed here, so you can see where all the places were that was in the movies.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So let's go check it out. Let's get moving and see what we can discover.
Let's go.
Back over here in the distance is the lighthouse on Oak Island. Kind of a cloudy day here, so we'll see what we can get into. Ooh. Go to Southport, England, only 3,000 miles away. Hey, Vicky. If you've never been to Southport, you should check it out. It's a charming little town. Great little seafaring town with a rich history. The Historical Society here offers some tours that you can take. And they'll take you into some of the houses, and they can do a tour around the town, and it will show you the various locations for the filming, which is pretty neat. You see throughout town there's a lot of live oak trees that are gorgeous. They've been here for years and years and years. There's also a rumor of a couple houses that are haunted, so we'll maybe go see them. I don't know. So the city pier. Let's go check it out. Way back over there is the lighthouse. Let's see if I can zoom in on it a little bit more. It's hard to do.
That's not a good sign.
Vicky's afraid she's about to become part of Alfred Hitchcock's sequel, The Birds. The building in front of us is the Southport Community Building. Beautiful oak trees. Beautiful, beautiful oak trees. These trees are hundreds of years old. I love just standing under them. Yep, Vicky found us a house to buy. We're gonna go up here and get on the deck, and we're gonna look out over the water. Waters are pretty calm today. So one of these houses is supposed to be haunted. I don't remember exactly which one it was, because the last time I came here I was probably 10 years old. But the story is of sailors who got lost at sea, and the captain's wife stood in the window waiting for her husband to return, and her husband never returned. I just don't remember which house it was. So if you know, let me know in the comments, please. Certainly some interesting buildings here in Southport. Some of the houses date back to the early 1800s, 1890s. This is not that old. This is something they recently did, the one we just looked at. Directly in front of us is Battery Island. It is an island where birds during the spring will go there and nest, and it's pretty neat little island there. It's protected by the what is the Audubon Society. So you can see a tugboat coming in over here. Vicky's about to get her feet wet. Jeff's about to get his feet wet too.
Wow.
And the tugboat's working today. And there's the barge. So this is Fort Johnston in front of us, and it was instrumental in the defense of Wilmington during the Civil War. This was a battery or a fort held by the Confederate Army during that period of time. The building in front of us was built somewhere in the early 1800s and served as the officers' quarters. They had a good overlook of the Cape Fear River, and of course throughout this little town there were several batteries in defense of northern troops sailing up the Cape Fear River to take over Wilmington. And just beside of Fort Johnston, I'll get it correct in a minute, Fort Johnston, you'll find the North Carolina Maritime Museum. This little building in front of us now. So whenever you have an old town and you have old churches, you naturally have to have an old cemetery. So now we're going to show you the cemetery. So this is the old Smithfield burying grounds. Southport, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was originally called Smithville before it became known as Southport. They say that the cemetery has graves in here dating back to 1745, back when the Fort Johnston was constructed. We're not going to go in the cemetery. I try to not do that, but it is amazing and very historical. Some of the stones are just quite amazing, to be honest with you. But as you can see, it goes all the way down and basically all the way back. It covers about a whole city block here. A lot of the graves have trees around them. And these in front of us are blooming. They're so beautiful. So beautiful. Well, we said an old town has old houses, old churches, an old cemetery, and now we're going to show you the old jail.
So,
right there. The road that we are crossing now used to be an old railroad track. It was very instrumental during the war times. Let's go over here and look at the jailhouse. This is the old Brunswick County Jail, built in 1904. And it was used until 1971 when a new jail was built. Look, Vicky, if you don't behave, I'm going to put you in here.
put you in there.
Unfortunately, it's closed, so we can't go inside, but you can go in and tour the jail. So, but I guess you'll just have to see it some other time. That's pretty amazing, the brickwork. It's pretty easy to understand why Southport would be chosen as a movie location or TV location. It's so charming, so peaceful here, so charming. Little Methodist Church. That was established in 1798. Now in the summer months, obviously there's more open. In a lot of these places you can take tours. You can tour the churches and some of the other buildings and whatnot. It's really interesting. See, folks, we weren't kidding. Look at all the buds. It's just amazing. I guess they've had a pretty mild winter here. This building directly in front of us is a gallery that features local artists. It's closed now, so can't go in and show you some of the artwork, but we have been in it before, and it's pretty amazing artwork in there. So if you're ever down here, check this place out. It's just behind the Baptist Church. So if walking around looking at old houses and cemeteries and things like that's not to your liking, there are plenty of local businesses that you can venture into. I don't know, guys, if you can tell it or not, but this is one of Vicky's favorite places, Southport. She absolutely loves it here. You may recognize this little restaurant. There was some scenes from the movie Safe Haven filmed here. They were shot at table number 9. By the way, Vicky really likes that movie. Didn't either. So, 3 major pictures were filmed here at this theater, Soul Theater. I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Secret Life of Bees, and Crimes of the Heart. The Amuzu Theater, 1918. That's when it was founded. Gene Austin appeared here. Hey guys, we just finished our walk here at the riverfront in Southport. It's a pretty interesting place. It's place full of history, a place full of charm. It's quiet, it's peaceful, very relaxing here. If you have never been to Southport, then I would encourage you to take a day, spend the day in Southport. I don't think you will ever regret coming here. You're close to Wilmington, a big city. You're close to a lot of wonderful seafood restaurants and other activities that you can do as well. Honey, what did you think about Southport?
Oh, I love it here. It's very peaceful. If you're one of those people that like to walk, then this is a place for you because you walk everywhere.
Yeah, you can walk all around town, spend as much time as you want, going into various antique stores and other kind of stores as well. And not only that, there's the tours that you can take for the movies. So that was pretty interesting too, to see some of those places. But here's a big question. Would you ever come back?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask that question. This is one of her favorite places. So yeah, she would definitely be back. Well, if you liked our video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, you'll have an opportunity at the end of this video to subscribe. And we'd encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, folks, as we always say, life is a journey.
Choose it well.
And enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.